everyone and welcome to GG ahead of the Prix de Jockey Club, which this year looks a pretty strong renewal. Modern Games is aiming to become the first horse since Bramatoe in 2017 and follow up his win in the Poulains here, and I think he can do it. He's a very talented horse. My concern is that although he's won his last four, including 2 Group 1s, there are a few stamina doubts up in trip here that the stable have admitted to. They're likely to be exacerbated by the fact that he's drawn 13 of 16, and while we know it's a rough race, being drawn wide might not be the worst place in the world. That does worry me, so I've gone against him, which last time out didn't prove to be a good idea, but I'll do it nonetheless, and I'm going to side with Jean-Claude Rouget. He has a good record in this race. He's won it 4 times, and I quite like his Vadeni, who's been kind of slowly prepared. I get the impression this has been very much his target for some time, and he warmed up for it with a pretty easy win in the Prix de Guiche last time. I think everything's really going to suit him here. Plus, he has the draw. He goes from 2, which I think is going to be a little bit easier, although they will potentially have to get out of trouble. But I think the horse has the gears to do so. There's another one in there is interesting for Rouget, and that is Al Hakim. He's quite an interesting horse. He's won 3 from 4 in his career so far. Warmed up for this with a nice, easy listed win last time over this track, so he's certainly very interesting. Another one I like is Ernesto. I was really impressed with his finishing kick last time in the Group 2 Prix Greffroux. That brings in a decent level of form. But for me, Vadeni, the slight tentative pick in the Prix de Jockey Club. Really interesting supporting card as well. The main backup race is the Group 2 Grand Prix de Chantilly, and I'm intrigued to see the return of Grocer Jack here. He's also ran a great race when finishing 5th behind Authority in the Neon Turf Cup over in Saudi. They then brought him here to Meydan to run in the Dubai World Cup on the dirt, which was a horrible idea. Small setback, I imagine it was, meant that he did not take his chance. This is right up his street. He's got Group 1 form in Germany. I imagine that a mile and a half round Chantilly, a bit of cut in the ground, will be definitely suiting him, so I quite like him in that one. Does have a Group 1 winner to beat in Mare Australis, but I think he's a little bit fragile. And the other one in there to note is Glyson. You can ignore his form from Saudi. He's got some good form, and indeed at Group 1 level, and indeed he did win the Group 2 Grand Prix de Deauville last time. But for me, Grocer Jack for Haggis in that one. Haggis has also got a really strong chance in the Prix Sandringham, which is a bit of a Guineas consolation if you like. He sends out Purple Pay. She's just had 1 start for him. That was a very good 6th, I thought, in the Irish 1,000 guineas. Interesting that he's sending her back to France, where she's got Group 1 form to contest that one. And I think that it's between her and Pennine Hills, who's gone the other way. She's 1 from 1 since joining Jerome Renier, having previously been with Joseph O'Brien, and I think she's got a massive chance in that one based on her listed course and distance form from last time out. So Pennine Hills for me just in the Prix Sandringham. The sprints are always good fun. We've got the Group 2 Prix de Grocer, and I know I tipped Berneuil to you last time, but I was really taken with the horse who beat him on that occasion, Pontos. In fact, you'll see him at Royal Ascot. Berneuil, I think, is the clear standout on form here. He holds Air de Vals on that Longchamp form, and I really like him in that sprint. So Berneuil for me in the Prix de Grocer. And I'll give you one more great name, Hidden Dimples. I think can win the Prix Royaumont for Andre Fabre and Mikel Barzalona. Best of luck.